My name is Carolyn Patterson.
My name is Kamisha.
My name is Hannah.
Like, I just needed someone to be there for me during that time to tell me that it was gonna be okay. Like, we didn't really talk as much, and then after the shooting, like, she was like the first person that I actually saw like walking out of the classroom, like when we were evacuating from the school. And I just looked at her and like I started crying and I gave her a big hug, and then like that's literally what brought our friendship together. And then now we're just like we look at each other every day and we're like, I honestly don't know what I'd do without you, because like she's like my other half. The group also made our friendship tighter. We were always together, like it was every Tuesday that we had it, so we would always be together. And then like once like the school year came back around, we had like 3 classes together, so like just being in group, it brought like not only our parents bonding but like friendships together.
Yeah, you definitely like grow through it. Like I literally thought I was like never gonna get through it, and I was like pushing everyone away, but like when Michelle came and like brought all these groups and like all this stuff, it kind of made me like believe that I was gonna get better as like a person and like grow through all this, and I did. Michelle kind of taught me like how to be more positive about like bad stuff, I guess.
It helps me because like whenever I feel like I have just a specific problem, like I know that other people have that problem, so like it makes me feel like better knowing that I'm not alone. I would recommend group for other people because it honestly like it changes you for the better, and
it makes you think of like things differently and like how you deal with certain things.
It does get better over time, because like I told myself that like it's only gonna get worse and it's not gonna heal and like all this, and that was just like it was all in my head. But now like if you talk to somebody about it and like you just let it out and like how you feel, like you won't have that weight on your chest anymore, and like you will feel better. Like it's gonna hurt for a while because you're grieving over someone that like if you knew them personally or saw them around school and like knowing that they're gone and knowing the reason why, like that's painful, but it does get better.
Yeah.
On March 4th, 2009, Laura and Dominic, my daughter and my grandson, were murdered in Ferndale, Washington by her partner. Oh, she was wonderful. She really loved life. If it was there for her to try it, she would, you know. And I think probably the biggest thing that stands out in my mind is she loved everybody. Everybody was her friend. He smiled at everything. He was just a happy baby. You know, he was always happy, always smiling. Billie Jean, my oldest daughter, she called me and said, "Mom, there's something bad has happened and you need to come to Laura's house right now." And then when I got there, I had to park way far back because the newspaper was already there, the media, the police, and then I had to walk up, and Billy's the one that told me. Horrible. And I understood that I couldn't go in there, but I didn't understand it at the same time because it was a crime scene. And that's all I wanted to do was see them for myself. but obviously you can't do that. It was very hard for me because when I did see him, Dominic was always there, and Dominic just loved him. And so it was like I couldn't fathom why he would, do something like that, especially to a child, a baby. A baby can't tell on him, or anything like that. That was very hard for me to fathom. He will pay for what he did for the rest of his life. And I know when he closes his eyes at night to go lay down to sleep, he has to know. And it has to be in there what he did. And to me that's enough punishment. I know one of the things that I've heard a lot, people say closure. Well, when you lose a loved one, be it 1 or 2 or 20, you can never close it. It's you just go from one phase to the next. There is no closure. That pain is always there. It will always be there. You learn to deal with it. You learn to cope with it. And you learn to go on with your life. But it's always there. There's really no closure. That was one of the best decisions I've ever made in my life, was to go to that support group. I needed something. One of the greatest things that ever came out of that group, was the peace that it gave me, that there is other people out there that has lost loved ones the way I have. Because at times you think, I'm in this all alone, but you're not. You have these people there for you from the victim support services, and then to see other people need what you need and get that from victim support services is amazing. Finding light after the darkness means to me that, for so long I had tunnel vision. Because all I could see was the pain and the hurt and the sadness, and it's not fair. I lost my baby and my grandson. And then one day you just wake up and you say, this is not how I want to live the rest of my life. There is light at the end of the tunnel. And I have, of course, not everybody is as lucky as I am, I realize that. But I have a living, breathing gift that my daughter gave to me, and that's her daughter. And that's my light at the end, is she will always be in my heart. No one can ever take the memories away from you. And when I look at her daughter, I have a gift that she gave me.